Hello, this is Mr. Bergman, and I'm going to guide you through Chapter 12.1, the Work Together problem. What we're doing here is it says for each employee, calculate the amount of regular, overtime, and total earnings. Now, overtime earnings are usually paid at 1.5 times the regular rate. So something that you should know is that each employee is paid what is called a salary. Now, to know what a salary is, it's very simple. Salary is basically how much you're getting paid from the number of hours that you're working times the wage. Now, usually overtime is calculated by the number of hours in a day, or if you go over 40 total hours in a week. So let's do this example here. According to this right here is your chart, and with this chart right here, this is going to help you calculate the total amount of earnings that you have, and it's very simple. It's very easy to set up. You have your employee numbers right here, which aren't going to be very meaningful for this particular set of transactions. Then you have the number of hours worked. Okay, notice that this column right here says the number of regular hours, and this says overtime. Okay, overtime for this particular chapter is going to be anything over 40 hours. So if they worked 41 hours, that would be 1 hour of overtime. This particular person worked 5 hours over 45 total hours, so that's 5 hours overtime. Okay, you have right here how much they're getting paid per hour. And what you have to do is you have to calculate how much did they make for the regular hours that they worked, and how much did they make for the overtime hours that they worked, and add them together for your total earnings. Now, your total earnings is also known as your gross pay. What gross pay means is this is the pay before taxes. All right, so how do you figure this out? Very simple. You're going to take the regular number of hours, 40, times the hourly rate, which equals $360, and that's going to be how much they made for working regular hours. Now, over 40 hours is overtime, so this person worked 5 hours overtime. How you calculate overtime is just a tad bit different. You're going to take 5, the number of overtime hours, times 9.0, but you're also going to multiply by 0.1 or 1.5, because that's the hourly rate. So it's going to be 5 times 9 times 1.5. So let's do that on our calculator here. So we got 5 times 9 times 1.5, and we get $67.50. So I'm just going to put that right here. Okay? Now, to calculate the total amount of earnings is very simple. You're going to take both of these numbers and you're going to add them together to get your total earnings. So when we do that, I'm going to take my calculator here and I'm going to add $360. I get $427.50. You would do the same thing for this particular transaction, but what do you do to transactions where there is no overtime? Well, you don't calculate overtime. You would simply find the regular number of hours. So 30 times 9.75 would equal your regular hours. And then right here for overtime, you just keep that 0. It'll be great because then all you have to do is carry this number over here for total earnings or gross earnings. Now this will help you complete activity 12.1 and activity 12.1 on your own. I'm going to show you how then you calculate the number of regular hours worked. How do you actually get these numbers? That's going to be for the application problem. So check out the next video for the application problem.